You just have a very interesting life, and we're here for it. But I think it's
sorry. At some point in the future, once you guys have watched Tiger King, if you haven't already, we need to decompress on it, and then I need to give you the behind the scenes tea, and also I may have got some letters from jail since he's been there from him, so maybe I can read some of those off.
Ooh, wait, hold on, that's a teaser and a half, like shit. Hold on, we've been looking at our calendar and penciling you back in.
I was gonna say it earlier, but I didn't know if it was appropriate, but have Hitler's wife's panties.
What?
And I found the intro to the YouTube. It shook me to my core.
That's hilarious.
You said it so frank too. That was the thing. You said it like so frank. You said, I didn't know until today that's who sang that song. I was like,
really? But did you see the emoji I used was this one? I don't know what.
Oh no!
I low key feel like that's got to be one of our headers.
Been promoting what is it called? Black Queer Travel website, I think. Oh, I missed it. If we can't hear you, girl. What she do? Oh, the cat's out the bag.
I know
already?
the answer to two of my questions right now.
I'm about to play that back. She must be in her underwear. Oh, there she is.
Whoops. Well, t-shirt with some panties on. That's the bottom tip of the day.
Hey, community. Here's what's brewing today.
Jerrell remembers Seth Eric.
Dawon remembers Jerrell's life question.
And Jerrell finally remembers who Anita Baker is. So get your cups ready for Minority Report.
Hey, welcome to Minority Report. It's Auntie Kerel.
It's Auntie Dawon.
And Auntie Jerrell, the birthday bitch.
Hey, happy 2 times on the birthday, bitch. Hey. 3 times on the birthday, bitch. Fuck it up if it's your birthday, bitch. Go real. Hey. Go real. Hey. Go real.
Hey.
You know, it's Capricorn season, so she gonna be celebrating her birthday like the whole year. Somehow it's like the Capricorn season the whole year. I don't know how.
Because we got to get y'all together all year.
Lord.
Why everything gotta be a fight? Everything gotta be a fight.
The whole year.
We gotta get y'all together. Now let's bring everybody together.
Right. Get y'all together.
Get y'all together.
Well, and happy birthday to your mom, which is actually today. And then happy birthday, Kaniel, my brother. His birthday tomorrow.
Birthday, bro.
I know, it's like I can't get on here and not say it because I'm sure gonna get a text and a call.
Okay.
Like, oh, you can't say my birthday?
While we're giving birthday shout outs, I'm gonna have to say happy birthday to Garris because she's part of the community and she be following along.
Hey,
she done sent us some Ask Your Aunties too.
And them thirst pictures and stuff that she be posting on them close friends. I'm like, okay, girl, go ahead. Not mad. Over here, thick.
Okay.
Thick. Well, community, we're actually still on holiday vacation right now. So we did a little pre-recording to pick our favorite parts of the year, segments of the year. And it's not all of them. Like, it's hard. Like, you do like so many in the year and you're like, damn, there's so many cool moments. And we had so many like awesome guests, by the way. So thank you for everyone that like took the time to come on. We had some incredible conversations throughout the year. But the one I picked was probably the first time, I don't think it's happened since, that all three of us, like listening to the conversation, mouths were just like wide ass open. Like, wait, what the fuck? What the hell are you telling us? This is insanity. Like, I remember that
conversation was so raw, and so it went all over the place.
All
and
over.
Like, it was just like Pandora's box, because like once you thought you had reached the edge of the flat earth, you realized that it wasn't flat, it was round, and it kept going.
And had all kinds of random animals at the edge of the earth.
Well, and speaking of, and the community don't know because it wasn't part of the episode, but like after we got off, he was like, "I'm so sorry, y'all. One of my dangerous, like venomous, poisonous animals,
dinosaurs,
was like lurking around his apartment. So if you watch the episode, which y'all gonna see here soon, like his feet's all up, you see his body posture change. He's kind of like checking around the room, you know, because there is this deadly animal. And I said, right, I said, she stayed on. I'd have been like, peace out,
bitch, I'm out of here.
Okay.
I think the words he used was it's stalking me.
Yes, literally. I was like, oh my God. And he just said it so like nonchalantly too, like kind of laughing. I'm like, bitch, I would have hopped out that damn window, out that little pear tree he was in. And the other thing I remember about that episode too, like, I don't even know if I told you guys, I was on vacation at that point. I was in Puerto Rico, and it was a lesson learned. But my husband was so mad at me that day for recording down there because Puerto Rico was still under a like curfew.
Oh yeah.
And he it ended up going longer than I thought, the episode recording, and he was hungry. So we had to end up eating at the resort, and they had like a limited menu, and you know how Corey is about food and everything. He let me have it after that episode. I'll never. That's what I recall mostly about that episode. I'm like, my husband let me have it.
But did he let you have it too?
Not that night. Not that night. He was mad. He was mad. So I remember. So ever since that episode, I've been very cognizant of like, okay, what can I do to record beforehand, or what can I edit beforehand before any vacay? Because woo, he gets like, we don't really argue much and like yelling and stuff, but he was heated. So that's what I recall looking back. I was like, damn, how good that episode was. Then after, he was not having it. So anyway, community, here's the episode with Seth Eric, or part of the conversation with Seth Eric.
Yeah. So
do you have a favorite animal that you like? Oh, that's my animal though. Like I love the owls, I love the kangaroos, but when I get back to this alligator,
I do. I mean, I have a cat named King Tut. He's a Savannah cat, and he's like so amazing. So he's kind of like one of, but I love all of them, and they have all the different energies for different days to match with. But I have a good story about the cat and death.
Uh-oh.
Okay. We talking about and his name King Tut too, so girl, right. So don't put that image.
Sound like some scene from The Mummy.
Speaking of mummies, another story. At our place, we got a sarcophagus from Egypt, imported 2 days ago. It just arrived, and a real sarcophagus from 350 BC.
Okay, aunties, we going to Toronto. Like when the coast is clear, we're going up to Toronto.
I'll send you pictures. I'm gonna open it tomorrow on Instagram or something, and see if some dust comes out and I get cursed. But I was at the nursing home, and they have the residents all in a giant circle. So I go around the circle, patting the rabbit, the chinchilla, the parrot. A lot of the time, they just grab me and pat me, and you're so soft. I'm like, thank you, I moisturized. And so I have these Savannah cats and their kittens at the time running around the room playing. And this lady is like, oh my gosh, this is my dream to meet a Savannah cat. And they were on her lap, and she was so happy. And then I came around again later, and she was cold to the touch and sleeping, which, you know what? Almost all of my groups fall asleep. They're in their chair, it's comfortable, they sleep. She's dead. Yeah. She died in the middle of my show. It was that good.
The show go on. I have a question.
I knocked them over. Okay, they told me to kill it, and I
stop it.
Done. They were like, peace.
I bet Seth's insurance waiver is like through the roof.
Oh, the animal, there was a kitten. She was just really happy, and then she passed. But like, just to imagine, like, when I'm a senior, and like to be just happy and then just to go is how I want it, you know, for myself, is just to have a happy moment.
And here's how I envision
like,
it in my head. It's like you have like a parrot, you got a cat, you're like, oh shit, but I need to take care of this lady too. Like, do I put the cat down? Do I put the parrot down? Like, how do I call 911?
I bet that's not part of the contract. Say like,
I don't care for this.
This in my contract nowhere.
He's like, let me pack up. I got to go.
Right.
Crazy.
She was sleeping when I got here. No, there's nurses and the activities staff in the room with me, always participating and helping with the patting and the hands. So like, yeah, it was really, I mean, I'm gonna say a cute moment now. Wild. At that moment, it was I think cute. A very normal moment for them, because it's a nursing home and it happens all the time. But
they said, rest in peace, Betty Smith. Betty Sue,
yes,
rest in peace.
I mean, you just told me it was like the best moment of your life before you died. So
it was the last moment in her life too.
It's true. There could have been others, but there wasn't.
just drilled.
We ain't scared, y'all.
Oh my gosh.
Can't wait to meet you, Seth. I gotta meet you.
We need to hang with her, because we're gonna have to have Seth back on again, because she got stories.
Yeah, right? We'll just say 194. 194.
Oh, serious. Oh my Lord. But I do know one thing that you've recently put on your social is about meeting your biological mother.
Yes.
Is that something that you always wanted to do, or is that something that just as you've gotten older, you're like, maybe I should do this?
It's something that I think I share this with a lot of. Are any of you adopted?
No.
No, okay. So I think I share this with quite a few adopted people, but I just never cared. The only thing I liked or wanted to know, was just my genetics, because my adoptive parents are Swedish Danish, and my brother is of the same skin color as them. So, you know, my whole life people have been guessing my background, and it's fun. I love it. But I was like, you know what? I really want to find out, you know, what my genetics actually are. So I did my 23andMe, not thinking that'd be like, this is your mom.
Wow.
It literally it shows you like your family tree. I had 1,000 people that I was related to on it. And then it was like, this is your mom. And I went on and I was like, hi, mom. And then like a minute later, I got a message back. And I was like shaking. And I'm sure she was shaking.
Oh my!
Yeah, and then she wrote me this
now that's a Hallmark movie. Wait, time to F out. So you literally got your genetics back. Because I've done the ancestry thing, and it shows. You this is your cousin. This is your second cousin.
Yeah, in Texas.
Said, this is your mom.
Yeah, this is your mom, and I was like, oh, okay. And then she's like, every day I've been proud of you, even though she didn't know me. And I thought about you every day, and I love you with all my heart. And then I didn't know I had all these emotions in me, and I just took a deep breath, and I sobbed. And my roommate was just staring at me, and I was just, I had so much to get out. I didn't know I felt any of this, because I have great parents. I didn't feel like I had a void I needed filling. Anyways, so that happened. And then I sent her some pictures of me as a kid. So I just went through my phone really quick. I sent her 3 pictures of me riding horses, because I have these hilarious photos of me as a little kid, like full speed, no helmet, no, like just being insane, of horses. And then she sent me back 3 pictures of her on horses. And then she gave me her email, which is like, ilovehorses@hotmail.com.
Yeah.
And her entire life, she's been obsessed with animals. She has a farm, and
genetics are crazy. I'm telling you.
That's gonna make me cry.
And she just all animals. And the crazy thing is, she's been married for 30 years, and her husband had just passed. And like the same, I think it was like the same week that he had passed was the day I went on and messaged her.
Oh my Lord.
And so when I met her and her brother took me aside and was like, thank you. Like, you don't understand. Thank you. And I'm like, I didn't do anything. He's like, no, she really needed you. Like, everything's changed. Like, she's never been this happy before.
Wow.
And I was like, oh. So, but yeah, there's so much more to it as well.
Like, so you said you didn't know you had those emotions in you. Like, has it created more questions that you never even really had before?
No.
Okay.
Well, all my friends are like, why did she give you up? Who's your dad?
Yeah.
What was it? And I'm like, yeah, if she wants to tell me, she can tell me. But then she's like waiting for me to ask, because like I think she wanted me to ask, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to ask. She's going to tell me. So what happened was, I got quite sick in March for a long time, a year ago. And she sent me, right after basically I found her online, she sent me a letter that she wrote to me in the hospital bed when she was holding me. So she had me for 3 days, and so she wrote me a letter as she held me. And then she sent that letter to me to read as a 36-year-old. And that's when things shifted for me. I really got to, I don't know, just she became like a really real person, and I wanted to like get to know her, and I just felt so loved and supported, even though I didn't know her all those years. I felt like all of a sudden she had been there. I should read you or send you the letter. You will not be able to handle it.
Oh no, I'm gonna be boohooing.
It's crazy that this young lady, alone, like she was living on an apartment floor, and she had this kid and no one supporting her, and she wrote this beautiful letter, and it was just so crazy. It's so well written. I was just
Wow, that's incredible. So did you find out, I guess, even the initial thing you said you wanted to find out your genetics, did you find out what you thought it was going to be, or you're like, damn, that's not what I thought at all?
Yeah, so I mean, my whole life, first I'm from Cambridge. I was the only POC in my entire city, school, high school. Also the only POC in my family. So like my whole life people have been guessing, which I feel like might not be as appropriate to do anymore. Like, hey, are you this, are you that? But like for me, it was like so normal, because I was also guessing like, maybe I'm Egyptian, and maybe I'm Puerto Rican. And so my genetics were saying that I'm half British, Irish, stuff like that. And then the other half is Togoian, Nigerian.
Oh, okay.
So that part of Africa, it was like 50-50.
Nice. Yeah.
Wow. But my birth mom has told me that my father was from Trinidad, and like, I don't know if there's a lot of Trinidadians in the US, but like here in Toronto, we are very Trini full. Like everyone, it doesn't matter what color of skin you are or what accent, you're still from Trinidad. Like everyone's from Trinidad.
Doesn't Toronto have like that big carnival every year?
Oh yeah. We have the biggest carnival in the world, or outside of. I think there's a lot of big. Yeah, it's huge. There's so many people are from Trinidad, and it's like, but you look like this, and you're from Trinidad. Well, of course, everyone looks from so of course he's from Trinidad.
That is a hallmark ass movie if I've seen one or heard one.
I can tell you, my adoptive parents are very conservative to an extreme degree. So there's a lot of parts of my life that I felt very ashamed of and struggled with, and wasn't able to go to them to talk about things. And so there's a lot of that, which I'm sure many people have gone through or just deal with. So I just didn't choose to talk about that part of my life with them. It's fine. We'll just talk about animals and dead people. And with the birth mom, I didn't know, she's from the same small town. And so I didn't know how she would take me, and I didn't know if that would be something to be, shame. I didn't know how she'd take it.
Right,
so I mentioned that there was a trailer for a show called Drag Race that I was in, and I sent her the link. And she called me freaking out. She's like, I have RuPaul's book beside my bed. It's my favorite show. I've seen every season in every country twice. I'm obsessed with Brooklyn Heights. I'm obsessed with this. Yes. She knows every queen. She knows every single thing. She's like, I go to the drag shows alone because I mean this and that. And I was like, okay, we're good.
We're good.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh, wow. So it's turned out to be way more positive than you thought it could ever be.
Yes. Now I met my 2 cousins, also gay. And they're so much fun. And it's been so positive. And I don't even feel worthy of it. I've been like babied. Like she sends me meals like every day. Like she packs all my meals.
Oh,
like I'm a little kid.
See, that's gonna make me cry right there. Because there's something about like getting packed a meal,
I don't deserve this.
Yes, you do.
I had great parents. Now I have like more good parents.
Yeah,
like I don't even deserve this, but yeah.
That's take it, accept it.
I have been. Yep. I haven't given anything back.
Like I ain't missing no meals.
I got some nice clothing, and she's like, let's just have it. Okay. Yeah, she just wants to spoil me, so it's been really nice.
You're really like having like a pandemic gift here, because in the midst of the whole world like shutting down and so much stuff happening in the world, just centered around, this pandemic, to be able to have your personal life flourish in this kind of way has got to be a real, just personal gift.
Yes. It's been, I don't know how I would have got through this, especially being so sick at the start, without this storyline supporting me through. And my adoptive mom being diagnosed with cancer while I was sick and still struggling with that. So not being able to visit or even be able to talk on the phone because of her health. So yeah, it's been wild. So yeah, this has been a really great storyline.
Ooh, he done found his mama. He done found his birth mama. Like it's a lot. The lady done died.
The lady that died. I said, I can't.
I wasn't ready. We gotta have him back, and because he also said that because he's part of the same kind of like animal community, that he has some kind of inside information about
the Tiger King.
Yeah, Joe. What's his name? Joe. Tiger Joe.
Great. I don't know what the fuck his name is.
not Tony the Tiger.
So we gotta get that tea.
Yeah, we need to get that tea, because I'm sure like a lot of the stuff that they just released on Tiger King 2, he probably had privy to, because he said he knew some like behind the scenes jail shit. So we got to get him back. We got to reach out to him. What's next? Dawon, what do you have?
This one is when Auntie Jerrell had a question for your aunties. So let's give it a listen.
But I don't know. This episode kind of flew by. Anything else on your spirits right now?
No. Oh, I do have one question for y'all. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to ask it last week, but I'll ask it this week. It's kind of, I don't know if it's necessarily deep, but it's just been something that's been on my mind lately. And I think that's just because now with me being 33 and being more into my 30s, I'm trying to think about my future and making a plan and stuff like that. Because the goal is I want to have my own business by 40. So, but I got to that point by asking myself, like, is this where I'm supposed to be at in my life? Like right now, like, should I be working more? Have I done enough? Like, what, am I happy? Am I in the right place? What's like, is this it? And I was just curious because I was like, I went such down a rabbit hole that it almost started to be like I started to doubt myself. It became like, you know, when you ask too much too fast, it becomes overwhelming. And that's what really happened. And it started to negatively affect me. And then I was like, I wonder if other people think this, like, or am I just fucked up? So,
I think everybody.
Yes, I am that too. But
yes and yes.
Yes and yes. But I just wanted to ask y'all, like, you know, like, do y'all ever like have those check-in moments with yourselves where you're like, do you ever question, like, am I where I'm supposed to be at in life right now? Like, and if so, like, how do you get over like that guilt of not feeling like you're doing enough?
I felt that.
No, go ahead.
I felt a lot of that in my 30s, in part because I think that's part of. Okay, I'm gonna put on Mama.
Mom was good too.
Growing up, especially like part of like growing through your 20s is about, in my view, as I look back, was really about exploring what's out there. You know, that's 20s are like team too much. You know, you want to do everything and anything that's out there. It's about having fun. It's about living in the moment. It's about experimenting and da 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 da. That, when I transitioned into my 30s, that was really then about me crystallizing what my path, what I want to do with the rest of my life. And those kind of like existential moments of, you know, questioning, like, am I, you know, do I need to continue being in corporate America? Am I in the right roles? Do I go out on my own? You know, like starting to explore all of those things. But even within my 30s, I haven't really crystallized, like, I know who I knew who I was, but I hadn't really crystallized like those elements of what I wanted to do, right? Start questioning, like, what is my legacy? You start comparing yourself to other people and what they're doing in their careers and their lives and the coins they're making and all that stuff. That happens in the 30s. And what I found in my 40s, I let all that shit go. Because what I realized is that no matter where I am and no matter how hard it may be or how challenging it may be, I'm right where I'm supposed to be. So, you know, yes, you still have all the choices that are out there in the world. And it took me into my late 30s to really get settled into the fact, like, oh yeah, I'm starting to feel more settled in who I am and what I have and where I'm going. As opposed to when I was in the early part of my 30s, where it was just like the hustle was still there, you know, the comparison was still there. You know, I'm looking at, you know, like what other people are doing and trying to measure myself against them, instead of really, I just wasn't in that space to acknowledge the fact that my journey, my struggle, my experiences help make me the person that I am, and they will continue making me the person that I will be in the future. So it doesn't matter if you're going through a struggle period or if you're going through a period of flourishing, because no matter where you are, you're right where you're supposed to be. There's always the opportunity for you to learn. There's always the opportunity for you to crystallize, you know, what your experience is. And there's always the opportunity for you to change. So, you know, like my advice to you is, just recognize that the thoughts that you're feeling right now are normal. They are expected. And you don't have to have the answers. There are some things that will just come in time. But the fact that you are asking those questions, like, should I be thinking about this? You know, am I doing the right thing? What do I want to do with the rest of my life? What do I want to do with the next 10 years? What kind of milestones do I want to set for myself? Those are all the right questions, right? But the reality of it is there's no one specific path that you have to follow that says, oh, you're doing it right or you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
And I think another part of it too, like, because I'm similar to you, Jerrell. Like, I think about that a lot. Just like sometimes I even think, like, what if I didn't meet Corey that random day at Big Chicks in Chicago? Like, where's that? Where would I still be in Chicago right now? Like, but when I think about that, I'm like, okay, there must not be that many chance encounters. Like, you're supposed to be where you're supposed to be. So if I'm supposed to be in Atlanta, then let me work my ass off in Atlanta right now until I go into another random chance opportunity. Be like, damn, I didn't foresee that coming, but I'm gonna go down this lane. Another thing is too, like, a lot of times I used to think when I was like 26, be like, damn, I'm so old, da 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 da. And then here I am at like 36, and I'm like, I could have changed something then and been 10 years in. So now for your sake, 33, if there's something you want to fucking do, start today. Like, who cares? And if you don't like it in 2 years, then do something else. It's okay. And I think a lot of times, especially like our parents' generations and generations before, there was always this, you have to have a dog and a house and a picket fence and 2 kids
and a reliable job,
right? You know, by this point, if not, you're sucking at life. No, like, they didn't have that many different opportunities, so they had to try to fight for the same shit. There's so many lanes we could do now, and that's okay, you know, and it's okay to not know what the hell you want to do. And another thing that I've had to kind of deal with myself as well is I still have a lot of dreams and things I want to do, but there are certain dreams that I had and still have that haven't come to fruition yet, that I've had to sometimes realize some of the dreams that I'm like, at this point in my life, I don't know if I'm holding on to the dream of the dream or if it's okay to actually let that go.
Yeah, that's something I'm struggling with too.
And mourn it, because that's something that you like, damn, I've wanted to do that my entire life. And I don't know if that's really my dream now, because I've gone down a different path, but you're kind of still holding on to it and fighting it. And it makes you feel like you're not being accomplished when you have all these other accomplishments. So that's something for me that I've had to realize very recently for some certain things I want to do. I'm like, I still want to do them, but the way that looks could be different, and allow yourself to be okay with that. And and it's okay to mourn it as well, because it's something, it almost feels like it's a part of your whole life. And
can you like, also just talk about that, because that's a conversation that people don't talk about a lot. It's like letting something go and like grieving it. Like that is a skill that not a lot of us have. We don't practice it.
No.
You know, because there's almost like this self-imposed or exterior imposed like idea, this romanticized idea of what your life is supposed to be like. And it's like many of us are trying to live up to either this idea that we machinated for ourselves of like, oh, well, I should be here by the time I'm this and da 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 da, you know, or live up to expectations that society or our family or whomever puts on us. And it's like, I'm gonna have to live up to those things. And, you know, we run ourselves ragged trying to live up to those expectations. And sometimes, just like a bad relationship, you know, you have to let that shit go through the grieving process to like all 7 stages, you know, till you get to the point of acceptance. Okay, yeah, you know what, that just, now I've come to the place where I can see it clearly, I can see it objectively. Looking back, that was not a good situation for me, and now I'm ready to move on.
That part.
That's
and it's hard.
Talk about that.
It's hard because we're conditioned to like ride the car until the wheels fall off. Literally. And then like, oh, the wheels fall off. Well, you know what? I got a spare tire, so I'm gonna pop that up on there. I'm like, you know what? That's okay. I'm gonna stay in the car and wait somebody to come drive by to help me get to my destination. You know, you're like, it's very easy to keep making excuses why to hold on to those things. And Kerel, like, you're absolutely right. Like there are some talents, and I think that's something that sparked it in me too, because there are some things that are talents of mine that I've always wanted to get into that I've never done. And knowing that I can do it and I haven't done it, I was feeling like I'm wasting these talents that God gave me that other people don't necessarily have, you know? And I felt like almost like I was cheating myself, you know, like if I man, if I really only have one life, why aren't I doing these things that I could do? You know, like, what's the reason?
And change it. Like, because like for me, music is literally the only thing I've known since a kid that I wanted to do. And I haven't done it to what I thought it was going to look like. However, I did the theme song for Minority Report. I did the Ask Your Aunties theme and I'm doing it in different ways that I didn't have the tools or the foresight for it to come out. but literally every week, people are listening to something I created. And I don't give myself that credit because because I thought it was supposed to be like, I wanted Beyonce to be on my track or something like that, which I still do. But sometimes it literally takes a moment to step back and be like, wow, I am getting out my talents in a different way. And I need to congratulate myself, acknowledge it. Yes, still more than Beyonce on a Kerel track. Yet. But I am at least getting it out in a different avenue and be okay with that. Yeah. And that's hard when you think it's supposed to be one way, and it doesn't necessarily have to be one way.
I pursued a degree in fashion design as a major in college, and I decided to change my major in my senior year to move away from that. I listened a lot to my family, who were telling me at that time, they just couldn't fathom, this. I was very creative as a child. I loved to draw. I loved the arts. I loved, music. I loved dance. I was very creative. And so when I was trying to think about what I wanted to do, it was like, this was the age of the supermodels and MTV and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I want to get into fashion and blah, blah, blah. So I went to college for fashion design, and was kind of like living my fantasy. And one of the things that I realized was that as a designer, I didn't have a point of view. I didn't have a perspective, an artistic perspective. And within fashion design, you don't have to, but it's really helpful if you have a point of view. It's just like if you're in graphic design, and you would have a kind of like branding perspective, like things you're drawn to. I say all that to say that, I was working part-time at that point for a bank. I fell into training, and that became like my new, I loved investing in people. I loved being able to, help people have like aha moments, which however I could. So that started my lifelong career. I've been in training and development, for 20 years of my professional career. But don't you know that about 15 years later, 12 to 15 years later, I found myself working in fashion design, in training, but with a fashion company. And I did that for a number of years. So it's interesting, and I would challenge you to take a look back at your life and who would have thought that a little boy from Gary, Indiana, would find his way in, living on the West Coast, in between two mountains, and hosting a little podcast. And every day that you're coaching, you are touching 9 to 15 lives in meaningful ways, giving them life lessons and all that kind of fun stuff. And of course, you're living your own journey. So it's when one looks back on how their life came to be, like Kerel, what you were saying about like, oh, well, if I didn't go to Big Chicks that night, or if you didn't walk into that bar, like one thing could have taken your life in a completely different direction, and that's okay. But if you look back at all those things that led up to you being where you are, the people that you met, the decisions that you made, it's wild. So then what does the future hold? That just means the future is a blank slate.
And every day's a new day. That's another thing, like even very recent, that I'm learning, that you can wake up tomorrow and say, I'm done with this job, I'm done with the podcast, whatever. And start a completely new life. Doesn't mean it's not going to be challenging. Doesn't mean you're going to not have hardships and shit like that. But it means you have that decision, that choice to do it.
Power.
That's hard because we get so comfortable in certain things.
Yes, absolutely.
Whether it be money, like financially, or home, or this and that. But if you truly want to do something, you can wake up tomorrow and be like, you know what? I don't want to do this job no more. I don't want to do this. This is what I want to do. And I'm starting the new path that way, because it's your life.
Yeah.
It's not good. It means
that's literally where I'm at.
Yeah. But you have that decision, and that's the amazingness of being human. You have that choice every day to decide what your path is going to be. But a lot of times we get in our own way because we idealize or romanticize, like the one was saying, something that we might have heard when we were a kid that took root, or
that
something.
It's got to be like that.
That it has to be like that, and it doesn't have to be like that. And I'm preaching to myself right now. I am so preaching to myself, because literally you go through moments like that where you're like, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing at all. I really don't.
And that's good, and I appreciate all that, because like there are days where, like, I'm just internal and I'm just like, and I'm a true Capricorn in the sense of I am very like, what am I going? What is next? What are we doing after that? What are we doing after that? And so I very much live like, have a roadmap for all of 2021. Like I know I already got my plans booked for March, like I know where I need to do. Like I give myself a Q1, a Q2, a Q3, and a Q4. Okay. Like, and
maybe that's an opportunity for you this year, is to not do that. Even it might throw you into a tailspin, but maybe that's contributing to, if things don't happen the way that you planned out for your 2021, makes you feel like I'm not being accomplished or not doing what,
Well, see, it's not that I don't have a problem with not feeling accomplished.
Okay.
Because I tried something. It's the not doing something at all. Like, like, you're 0 for, you're 0% if you never try anything, and that's the issue. Like, there are things that I wanted to do that I just simply did not even attempt to do. And I'm like, I know, no, it's not that I didn't want to, it's just I didn't prioritize it, because it kind of like that dream we were just talking about, it was instilled that it needed to look like this. And so now I'm in that stage where I'm trying to get away from that, and I'm trying to find those things that make me happy. Like I don't want to, I don't want to work to live, right? Or no, like
you want to work to live. You don't.
Yeah, I want to work
to work.
Yeah, I don't want to live to work. I want to work to live. I want to enjoy what I do every day when I go to work. I want to be the person of like, I love what I do. I don't want to be like, that alarm clock went off. Here we go. Like, let's go ahead.
I'm gonna make the
donuts.
Like,
I don't want to fall. I don't want to fall into that anymore. I really want to be and feel passionate. And I want to go out in this earth, whenever my time is, being like, I lived and I was happy every single day. Exactly. And that's where my mind is. And so that Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 helps me be like, all right, by this time you need to have your business plan, by this time you need to have an idea, that this time you need to be looking for grants and stuff like that. Like, although I'm not doing it all this year, I've done that with my ages. So I know, by 34, I need to have this, and by 36, I have that, but I don't know. It's just, I don't have a lot of people outside of you two and, like the group that we're also in Kerel too, to have those conversations with, because it's not something, especially as Black men, we're accustomed to talking about, like our finances and our, that vulnerability and, those deepest fears that we have of failure, because if you show any type of weakness, you're not doing something, and so then I found myself attacking myself for feeling that way because of that toxicity that we were taught, as young Black men.
Yeah,
so
that's natural.
That's what I wanted to ask y'all.
But yeah, hopefully that helped a lot of community members too. Like, I feel everyone goes through that, and I honestly think it's probably throughout your entire life. Quite frankly, I think you probably get maybe better tools as you age on how to identify that you're feeling a certain way and how to unscramble it and be like, okay, this is why I'm feeling this way. Here's my new course of action or whatever. But yeah, every day you wake up, thank the Lord you woke up and figure out if you want to do what you're doing that day. Like, you don't have to.
I do feel like I do also feel like, that let's dispel the myth that every day has to be like you're living your best life. There are going to be days, and there are days where you are just where you're a cog in a wheel. You're pushing the rock up the hill. But if you're pushing the rock up the hill, doing the think about our relationships. Not every day is rosy, but that don't mean that we shouldn't be in that relationship. Like, you go through some times where it's just like, it's dry as hell, and you go through some times where it's like fiery, but I think if the idea is if if the end game is that you're building a life with one another, then that makes doing the dishes that much more tolerable. So if you have a day where you're just running errands and but you know what I mean? Like those mundane days where you don't feel like you're quote unquote getting something accomplished because it's not like, oh, I'm checking something off that's like that's a major to do on my list. That's part of the process. You know, you endure the monotony and the boredom sometimes and the disappointment, you know, because those things are part of the journey of getting to the accomplishments.
And we need to normalize that, though. That's the thing. Like the things that are hyped and that are often displayed as the end goal. You don't see the behind the scenes. You don't see the actual work, you know. And I feel like that's where I find myself being like, checking myself like, is this correct? Because I don't know if this is what I need to be doing to get to that, you know? And so, I just encourage people to just start normalizing it and just speaking up and just being like, sometimes it's like this, sometimes it's like that. And just reminding each other that it is something that is common, that we all go through, and that we don't need to suffer in silence. Because I feel like I find myself feeling like it's eating at me. And that is something that I have to fight and deal with on my own, because it's not something that's normalized.
Well, and it's a very similar thing with like social media FOMO. You know, people are always posting like the big trips and the new cars and the da-da-da-da. And, and a lot of us are looking at this and we're like, there was that feeling of inadequacy because like, oh, damn, I need to be, I was going to say hungry.
Puerto Vallarta.
But
here's the thing.
I would love to be there.
I know she wasn't hungry. I know why she was there. Okay.
Hungry. But damn, I wish I was at that orgy.
I want to be there.
But on the flip side of that too, like a lot of times we give like a negative connotation to the grandiosity that is social media. But on the flip side of that, if you are working your ass off to get that trip or to get this podcast, to have a Monique Hart on your podcast or whatever, hell yeah, I'm going to post that shit because like I know the journey I had. And that's a lot of times too that like we need to identify as just like, okay, I'm jealous of that, but damn, hold on, they probably had to go through some shit. And once you do that, then almost that FOMO gets taken away because you're like, damn, it is a lot of work. And that's not to say everything is work. Some people get it easy and this and that and privilege and shit like that. But if you are truly working hard for these trips or that house or that car or whatever it may be, show that shit off because I worked my ass off for this shit. Okay. And, and that's part of the whole picture of it that we need to make normalized. Just like, yes, I know, okay, they flaunting, they stunting right now. Let me back up. Why am I feeling this way? Oh, but you know what? They probably worked their ass off on this. So congratulations for having that. Congratulations for having that person on your podcast. Congratulations for getting that movie, because there is 9 billion hours of shit that they had to go through to get to that ending point, Anyway, but yeah, that was a great question though, Jerrell. That really was. That's still a real conversation though. Like and here's the thing, we're in 2022 now. Do you feel a year later, because this was like episode 102 or something like that, so this was like at the beginning of last year, do you feel like you're still in that situation, or do you still feel like, oh, I don't know if I'm on the right road, but I'm slowly getting there though?
The jury's still out on that one.
Okay.
I don't know, I just feel like it's a slow process, if that makes sense. But I don't know. Right now and where I'm at in my life, I got so much on my plate that like I have to be very cautious on where I'm putting energy at. Otherwise I can fall down a rabbit hole and things just won't be well for me. So it's been something. Luckily I have so many good things going in my life right now that I have been putting energy in other things. But
it was good to listen back to that when I had kind of forgotten all the stuff that we had talked about during that conversation. And it's just a good reminder for all three of us. It's just like, sometimes you gotta just like see where you're at, see what you want to do, and go after it somehow. And things will hopefully, not even hopefully, a lot of times it works out. You know, you can't foresee it working out, but sometimes you just trust the process and it works its way out.
A lot of times we can only make the best decision with the information that we have,
right?
And from where we're at, you know, and it's hard because like when you see other people winning, you know, and we live in such a society that, you know, that it's just ingrained in us to compare. Like you have to be number one, you have to be the best, you have to be this and that. You know, so it like fighting against those demons. And then when you start seeing other people winning, it's like that grass is always greener, but you never really know what else they're dealing with, you know, and quite frankly, what's for them ain't for you.
It sure ain't. Say that again.
That was something I definitely had to learn last year, you know, between interviewing for different jobs and like trying to grow just as an individual, chasing other people's dreams. It's just like, you know what am I looking for? So
yeah, that's a good one to start the year off on. I like that. Oh Lord, this last, or we got two more, but this one. Bitch, do you know who Anita Baker is now?
Bitch, I know who Anita motherfucking Baker is now. Bring that back, y'all. Y'all had to say.
Ooh, Dawon, I gotta tell you something. Jerrell said don't drag him today, but I gotta drag him a little bit right now.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Let me fight for my life.
No, not drag Dawon, drag Jerrell.
Drag me. Let me fight for my life.
Right.
You weren't in the IG.
So he sent a message today. And he goes, okay, let's give the backstory. So lately there's just been a lot of TikToks and IGs of like singers harmonizing. So like the Can You Pay My Bills and things like that. So right now the ones that's going viral is Sweet Love by Anita Baker. And so he sends it. And I was like, oh yeah, I've been watching these the last few days too. And he has the nerve to say that he did not know Anita Baker sang Sweet Love. I said, hold the fuck up.
Well, wait a minute. Okay, pause. Who the fuck did you think sung it?
No one. Honestly, I've told y'all before.
A ghost?
Right.
No. So I like there's a lot of like 80s.
Minnie Riperton.
Like, there's a lot of like 80s artists, like early 90s and 70s.
Who do you think it was? Pebbles?
I know.
Right.
Look, I don't even know who Pebbles is.
Jody Watley?
Who is Jody Watley? I don't even know who that is. I'm telling you. I know songs. I know lyrics. I know songs and lyrics, but I don't know artists of those times. That's all.
Literally.
I didn't know any. But
and
I know
here's
that
the
song.
gift I gave back to him. I was just like, I said, your Black Card is revoked. I was like, you better put some respect on Miss Anita Baker's name. Right. I was like, we ain't doing this today.
Let me tell y'all.
But then I was like,
raised in the 90s. I was raised in the 90s, okay? And my mother and father were 18 and 19 when they had me. So they were children when they had me. So I was listening to what the children of those times listened to, which was more
Anita
Janet.
Baker.
No. Which was way more Janet than Anita Baker.
But then I was like, you know what? Dawon and I need to take a little responsibility for not
educated me. Y'all know I'm the baby of the group. No, I'm
because
kidding.
Not at 30.
But that's one that like out of all the
not
songs
at 30.
That part.
I said baby of the group.
I said not at 30.
That part and north of 30 at that. He ain't even just 30. He north of 30.
I'm still like close to 30 than I am to 40.
Look, at the end of the day, who lost their keys the other day?
My ass lost those keys, not me.
And your ass is 30, over 30.
No, my ass has a life of its own. Okay.
But I was like, all these times we don't talk about Anita Baker on this podcast.
He probably like, who this bitch?
Right.
Let me tell you, until you just said the name of the song, I forgot what the name of the song was.
Oh my God.
You just mentioned it again.
I feel like Dawon just talked about this song like 2 episodes ago because he said
did.
coming on.
And I probably just sat there and was like,
oh no.
I'm telling you, there's a lot of like 80s R&B and like soul. I know the lyrics too because I heard like people listen to it. And I heard my parents listen to it here and there, but that wasn't the music that I grew up listening to. I didn't hear a lot of like, even like Shaka and, you know, like Diana Ross or
not Diana.
Not Diana. Oh my God.
Diana Ross. Sorry. Diana Ross. Like I didn't listen to.
Dawon, we got to do better. We got to do better.
I didn't listen to a lot of the legends. I didn't grow up in that era of listening to the legends.
You know, I'll give you that because, like,
I didn't.
Growing up, I didn't hear a lot of it because, like, my parents were like all about gospel music. However,
you also love music like that.
You find a way to put respect on Anita Baker's name.
You love music enough to go back and do all that. Yes. I don't love music that much to go back and do it. Like my music stops literally in the 90s. Like you won't see me going to the 80s and going because that's all I know.
Ooh, you missing some.
That's all I know,
girl. You missing some.
So, but that's why I was saying like thanks to TikTok because
you did say that.
I said thanks to TikTok because it puts those back on my radar to be like, you know what, you would enjoy this. You like this.
Yeah, you did say it is a bop of a song, but I was sitting there like, how, Sway? How?
Like I'm baffled because like it's not just like what you listen to, but it's like being a Black person, you around a whole bunch of people. Like your grandmama, your extended family, y'all not having picnics, y'all not going to skating parties where they playing this damn music. Come on now. Like
it's like Anita Baker, Sweet Love.
No,
that's probably a top 10 just blackety black song.
But that's like saying I never heard the song Jesus Loves You.
But it's different because in my family, that wasn't the music. Like for most of my childhood growing up, I only hung out with my dad's side of the family. Mm-hmm. And so when we did get-togethers, we really didn't play music. There wasn't a lot of music at our get-togethers. So it was only when my mom threw parties, then there were actual music that we listened to. When we do our get-togethers, like now we kind of turn up and we listen to the things from back in the day then. Yeah. But growing up, that wasn't how my family operated. Because there were so many of us. There were so many of us. There was no need when you the oldest of 43 cousins in your generation alone, when you had to get together, ain't nobody hearing no damn music. There's too much damn talking going on to hear no damn music. And we always roll 35 deep at every family function. So
well, I hear the justification, but that one took me aback.
But here's the thing, again, I can sing lyrics to the songs, but don't ask me who sang it, and don't ask me the name of it.
I know you, baby. Right. Stay with me. Oh man. You forever be in your arms. Yes, that's a boppity bop. When we saw her in Atlanta, I'm telling you, it was probably a top 5 blackest moment of my life when we saw her in Atlanta. Let's sing that damn song. That and caught up in the rap. She did.
I thought she didn't even have to sing.
I might have it on video. If I have it on my phone still, I will post it. Literally, like we sang the whole song, and then she came back. She's like, "Okay, now it's my turn to sing it," because it was the blackest shit on fucking earth. Like, and we was all thinking we was Anita.
Yeah,
honey.
Woo. Oh.
Yeah, I lived for moments like that, but I didn't get it from the legends. I had to drag my sis a
little bit on that one. We still love it.
I still don't know a lot of the legends' music to this day. I don't know their catalog because now, like how music is too, and again, what I grew up on, just they don't sound even like remotely the same. Mm-hmm. You know, so you have to have at this time like a special place. Like it has to mean something to you for you to want to be like, that's my shit. You know,
like we wouldn't even have Mary J. Blige without Anita Baker. That's how she got signed, was singing an Anita Baker song.
Rightfully so. Don't change. It's hard to go back and just be like, oh, that's my jam now.
Yeah.
You know,
he did. Damn, he probably didn't have like the Quiet Storm. Oh yeah, did you have the Quiet Storm growing up? Damn, I'm not that much older than you. That must be like the generation divide between my age and your age. That's crazy.
No. That's got to be like a Gary, Indiana, Minneapolis thing.
Minneapolis.
That's gotta be.
It's gotta be.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Yeah, we're gonna have.
They said as soon as Michael Jackson left, we ain't. We ain't listening to nobody else.
Honestly, I think it's a generational thing, or at least, I guess more so like. Who raised you? Because like I have a cousin who I'm older than she's not even my generation. She's my dad's generation, but I'm older than her. But her parents, who are my great uncles and aunts, played all this music, so she know these songs.
And it might be the age of your parents, like you're saying, because
my parents were babies. My
my
mom was in high school when she had me.
Like my mom was rocking more Mary J than Anita.
Yeah.
Even though they were only like 2 years apart, like the albums 2-3 years apart, she might have been more Mary J than Anita.
Yeah, I can tell you everything about Mary J. I can tell you everything about Mary J.
Oh.
It's just so wild because like I'm not into slow music at all. Like at all. But there are like 3 artists that like are known for their slow music.
Anita, Sade, who would be the third? Like Toni Braxton? No. Who would be the third?
Mariah Carey.
Okay.
So like, I mean, I know that most of her
stan.
Yeah, because like most of her catalog is like, you know, like poppy, whatnot, but like her ballads get me. Like running around in circles.
Oh my God, honey. Let circles come on right now.
I picked up running
Ever
again.
since you left me.
Look, that song came on this morning. I picked up running again to get my body moving because, you know, she don't like to work out. And so I said, you know what, it's a Mariah Carey kind of day. And usually I only listen to Mariah Carey when I'm feeling a type of way and I just want to be in my feelings and whatnot. I got down to the end of my street and started running on the road. And usually I run them anywhere between like 4 and 5 miles or whatever. So it's not that long of a run. And when I say run,
it's long enough.
Whoa.
That's long enough.
Well, girl. Yeah. She said 4 or 5 miles.
You know, a little 4 or 5 miles.
Look, I'm at 4 or 5 blocks. Right. Maybe 4 or 5 blocks.
Right. But as soon as I hit this, there's one stretch. It's like a bridge that's perhaps like almost 3/4, if not a full mile. As soon as that song came on, my ass took off running. I was all in my feelings. I was singing at the top of my lungs. It was everything.
I know that's right. That song go off. There's so many like hidden Mariah gems. Like I know we ain't even talking about anything on top of it, but there's so many hidden Mariah gems just over the years that were not singles that are just that's bops, and that's one of them. Oh,
and the fact that she pens most of them, like that's a talent that just it's absolutely incrable. Exactly. She ain't got to do nothing else as far as I'm concerned.
Just sit her ass down, but she gonna come out with something every year. She gonna at least come back for Christmas. Bless your little heart, boo. That segment was so everything.
Drag.
Dawon said, who you think it was? A ghost?
No. Who the fuck you think sang that song? A ghost?
He said Pebbles?
Let me tell you.
Jody Watley?
If she would have had pearls on, she would have been like,
honey.
You see me?
I would have pulled them off. Tore up my clothes, then prostrated myself on the floor.
Because the funny thing about it too is like if you go back and listen to it at the beginning, like I'm like, ooh, I got to drag Jerrell, and he's like, oh no, why? Like he sounded so concerned at the beginning, and then it just flipped. He said, not Anita Baker, no. Not Anita Baker. That's where I draw the line. Damn it.
You know how like as a kid you act up in the store and they be like, your mom be like, don't you have me out here looking at food? That's what I felt like. Dawon was like, don't you have us on this podcast looking at food, bitch?
Period.
You better know.
You better listen to that whole album. That whole album. The best of Anita Baker right now. That shit was so funny though. Oh my God. That's gonna be one of my all-time favorites, quite frankly.
I think so too.
I don't know. I think there was another one that we're gonna do on a future episode.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That might be entertaining.
Because the truth is, I'm sure there's others.
Like that part. I know. In the community, we want, like at the end, we kind of want to hear your favorites of last year as well. Like send those in. You know, we want to hear what your favorites, because there's moments that might resonate with us that you're like, oh, that ain't it. Y'all did this. And be like, oh, damn, we did do that.
But thinking about that episode though, you know how like recently we were talking about Squid Games and like, you know, what Squid Game would you, if they was to say to like name 5 Anita Baker songs, or like
you be gone.
And now I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna be gone. Wait, y'all ready for this? This is breaking news, brand new. Name like 5 Luther Vandross songs. Couldn't do that either.
Oh no! Like, don't start 2022 off like this. No,
I know some songs, but to name songs is a different story. There's about
different 130 people that just screamed, listen to you say that. Right
literally,
now. Let me tell you,
they just turned the podcast off. They're like, "Fuck this podcast."
So we're gonna bring it back. We're gonna bring it back at 2022. But like, there are plenty. I mean, like, and I'm sure y'all even have some songs where you know the lyrics to, but you just don't know the name of the artist who sings it. Like, it's literally just one of those things. You know,
but I'm
not talking about the greats. I'm talking about music that you don't normally listen to, that you're not raised on. Like,
It is also a very Black thing to, like, you know, call a song by the chorus and not necessarily by the title of the song.
Absolutely.
I mean, for real.
I saw one the other day that said, Maxwell, this woman's work, Black people. I said, I know that's right, bitch.
Right.
This woman, even though we know this woman's work, but we know the
right.
We'll call Waterfalls by TLC. Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Don't go chasing waterfalls. But you know, we do that to scary movies too. I saw that post too, where we're like, we call it by the killer.
You're right. You're right.
That's Michael Myers. Yeah. The movie's called Halloween.
Right. So right. Well, damn, this Luther thing makes it bring up to this next segment that we enjoy, because your Black Card might get revoked, boo boo, because that's another one.
I will just die in the Squid Games, but I'm gonna still be Black when I die.
Dawon and I are gonna have to hold you up like that dude did. He'd be like,
right.
Never too much. Dancing with my father. Here and now.
Okay, you ready? That's where my list stopped.
I'm done.
That's where it stops.
Oh Lord. Oh, you know what? Actually, I did want to do this real quick before we get into it. We're gonna do one more Curiosity Black Card Revoked that's new right now.
Okay.
And so
I'm here for it.
Let's see. Oh, you know what? Let's do this one. Who thinks she cute?
Me.
Robin Givens, Mariah Carey, Whitley from a Different World, or Nicki Minaj? Who thinks she cute?
Oh. Robin Givens.
Mariah Carey. Whitley from a Different World, or Nicki Minaj?
I'm gonna have to go with Nicki on this one.
I was leaning towards Nicki.
I'm gonna have to go with Nicki on this one because she be also bringing the theatrics with it. Like, everything is like over the top, like trying to get some. Just like, oh, she thinks she cute. You know? I don't know. I just feel like personally, like Mariah Carey can stand on her own. Bitch, she needs to stand. She can get wheeled to the motherfucking stage. Okay,
she has been.
Okay, exactly.
And in fact, she does. She gets carted out on a rolly chair so that she doesn't walk in her own heels before she gets out on stage.
You know you cute. You know you're
right. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. That's a no.
That's a statement. Okay.
What are you thinking, Dawon?
I kind of go with Robin Givens.
Oh.
Only because if I'm thinking about how I would use that line, she thinks she cute. Part of Robin Givens' attractiveness was how high her hair was in the 90s.
You're right.
I mean,
You're right.
just
and that little freakum, freakum dress she would always wear
all the time. Exactly,
every time.
But that was it. Now she's a beautiful, Nubian goddess, and I love her. Love her melanin and all that stuff. But like,
she thinks she's cute.
She thinks she's cute.
Well, community, here's the rest of Black Card Revoked from a curiosity from last year. But before we get out of here, is like I said again, end of Black History Month. We're black all day, every day, so it ain't the end for us. But figured we haven't done a curiosity in a while, so it might be time to bust out of curiosities, specifically around Black people. And this is from that game. Where is the box here? Black Card Revoked. So I've seen this game for a while. So I was like, that might be cute for us to kind of do a little bit here. So here we go. Curiosity. And the goal is to just give me your answer, and I'll answer as well after you give me yours. So this one says.
So wait. So is the rule that like we give you our answer, you tell us whether our Black card is revoked? Is that how it works?
Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just be the MC. I was just gonna give you my answer too, but maybe I'll do that. I'll see whose Black card is revoked. That might even be better. So yeah, between you and Jerrell.
Okay.
And I'll see whose card is revoked. Here we go. Which R&B songstress would you want to have your back in a fight? A. K. Michelle. B. Rihanna. C. Keisha Cole. Or D. Solange?
Oh.
Ooh, who do I want the right answer to be? Okay, I know who I am.
Who was A again? You said K. Michelle.
Okay. K. Michelle, Rihanna, Keisha Cole, and Solange.
I'm going with Keisha Cole.
I'm going with Solange.
It was those are the two that I had in my mind. I think I'm gonna go with Keisha Cole though. She's from the Bay Area.
Yeah,
she just got that. She just got that energy. Even though Solange beat up Jay in the elevator.
Look, I saw them high kicks. I'm like,
in the elevator.
Right. Look, I'm a by any means necessary kind of fighter. So I don't care about the hands. I'm talking about the feet, the keys, the books, the doorknobs.
Solange is a close second because if you're gonna fight someone that's worth the bill, you badass because she's like, I don't fucking care about your money. You fucking with my sister. All right. Ooh, best television sitcom of all time. Ooh.
Wait, best.
Hold on, and let's keep score too.
Of all time.
Yep. And so let's see here. Who did I pick? I picked Jerrell on that one. We'll keep score, and maybe we'll do 10 and see who wins at the end. And whoever loses, your card's revoked until the next episode.
Oh, shit.
All right. Best television sitcom of all time. A, The Cosby Show. B, Martin. C, Good Times. Or D, The Fresh Prince.
Damn, those are the four that I was thinking of.
Yeah.
So
yes.
Woo. So I'm going with, I have to go with Martin because my cousin's in there. Tisha Martin Campbell is my cousin. So I'm going with Martin. Yep, that is my cousin.
Like first cousin, second cousin?
That's my dad's cousin, so that's not my generation.
So it's your second cousin.
Yeah, my second cousin.
What? You ain't never said this on these episodes.
We might have to get her on this podcast.
Right.
Come on, you have worked them connections.
I know 107 episodes. We just now finding that out. Okay, so you said Martin. Ooh,
okay,
Mom, what you got? Damn, what's the right answer in my book?
Best sitcom of all time is Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Yeah, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Yep. What about you?
I don't know what the right answer on it. You can't get your card revoked on this one. None of that's revoked.
Yeah.
Here's where I stay. I'm leaning towards Fresh Prince, and this is why. Because for the first maybe season, my parents didn't want us to watch Martin because it was just so more grown up than Fresh Prince.
It's black as fuck. That's exactly. Why I love it.
But then after a while, they're like, "Here we down here cracking up. Who cares?" And so they allow us to watch it with them. So I have fond memories of both. I love the silliness of Martin, the silliness and just all the way out there of Martin is everything. But the Fresh Prince, I loved before Martin, so that's the only reason why. I had to justify it somehow. So Fresh Prince.
See,
that's hard.
Go ahead, Jerrell. Why did you pick?
Outside of it being my cousin, it's like my cousin being on there. I still find it funny as all get out because now as an adult, I can rewatch it. And some of those lines, I'm like, ooh, it makes so much more sense. I get it. So whereas with Fresh Prince, I watch it and although I feel like the younger me, that's exactly what I needed. But now as an adult, I'm like, it just hits a little bit different, it's just.
I get that. I definitely enjoy Martin way more now than I did.
I still
then.
watch it on YouTube, like Martin and Pam going at it, going back and forth.
Jerome in the house. Jerome in the house. Better watch your mouth.
Like, giddy up. We can just ride Pam on the way down. Pam was talking and he was like, ooh. Yeah, like the middle of the sentence.
They just don't make shows like that. Honestly, they didn't make shows like that then. Like Martin is like its own entity.
Its own lane.
You know?
It really is.
All
right, here we go.
Dawon, why'd you pick?
Yeah, why'd you pick Fresh Prince?
I feel like it. I feel like it just represents like my personality. Like, as much as I love Good Times, because I think they would be like a second for me, and then a third would then be. It would be. At any rate, it represented two different lifestyles. Like, it's like the hood lifestyle clashing with like the bougie lifestyle, you know, and
Absolutely.
like just the stories, the real stories that happened, you know, with like, you know, Will crying because his father doesn't want him, and you know, like the story that they told about racism where, you know, Will and Carlton got pulled over by the cops in this town or whatever, and like, and you know, original Aunt Viv doing the dance, like, you know, like it just
what I enjoy about the Fresh Prince, like, again, similar to the Cosby Show before it showed Black culture in a different light that a lot of people might not have thought was possible. Like,
it was a spectrum.
The wealthy, quote unquote, Black person. And besides the Cosby Show, what other show showed wealth in the Black scenario? You know, so that's why then I was just like, oh, that's dope, because we weren't wealthy, but like we weren't in the hood. And so for me, I was just like, okay, I could relate to this because I see some people similar to this, and I don't see this when I'm at my all-white school. They don't know this exists, you know? And so that's where I kind of get the connection. But then just the flat out just humor to me of Martin, and just seeing Black people just improv so well, and just everything was just it's just so excellent to see.
It was so Detroit too. It
was so Detroit. Maybe that's why I like it too.
So yeah, because that's just a whole like vibe.
Absolutely. All right, here we go. In community, we'll put these questions up for you through the week.
That was a tough one.
What's most likely to be, this is so hood, this is funny. What's most likely to be found in a purple Crown Royal bag? A. Hold on, that's one answer. A, cigarettes. B, weed. C, candy. D, loose change.
Loose change.
I was gonna say candy.
I got a bag. I would get up and go get it right now if I didn't have if I had pants on. But yeah, I got my Crown Royal.
You know, and by the way, we did this before the episode started. Dawon and I had like a little
community. They're taking a shot because there were two things that they were going to see, whether or not Auntie Henny had on a hat, and whether Auntie Henny had on pants or not. And sure enough, at the beginning of the episode, before we even started recording, my webcam fell down and it fell right into my crotch. So all they saw was dick. And I was like, oh.
And we're like, we just got a 2-for-1.
all within like 2 minutes too. Like, I had just logged on to Zoom.
But I think the winner of that is loose change.
Yeah.
Loose change. So I'll give that to Jerrell.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Well, Dawon picked the two.
No, he said candy.
No, I said candy.
Oh, you said candy?
I said candy. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just like candy. All right. What's a good reason for not answering your phone? It's a bill collector. It's your ex with some BS. The phone is cut off, or is somebody asking for money?
Wait, how you going?
Oh my God.
You ain't got no choice but not to answer the phone if it's cut off.
It's a good ass reason.
And D said was because you owe somebody some money.
It's somebody asking for money.
Look.
So
Honestly,
A, it's a bill collector. B, it's your ex with some BS. C, the phone is cut off. Or D, is somebody asking for money.
For me, honestly, right now, it is A. let me tell you, if them bitches call me one more time talking about your car insurance is about to expire. On what car, bitch? I don't got no, how am I have car insurance with no car? How you calling me about this? Oh, your warranty is about to expire. What the?
What you got, Dawon?
This is a tough one because like I don't have this situation at all. So
right.
And I don't answer phone calls from people I don't know. So if
That
you're not
part.
in my phone, you are not
Me either.
going to voicemail. So I would say bill collectors, I guess.
So we'll both give you that one because that's what I was thinking too. All right, so Jerrell, you're up 3-2. When is a good time? God, these questions are funny. When is a good time to start running?
I need this game.
I know this.
On my life. You need to. Okay. You need. I need this URL to order this game because on my life, the next barbecue.
Black Card Revoked. And this ain't. And we're not getting sponsored. We're not getting sponsored by this or nothing.
I swear.
So A, you hear gunshots. B, somebody else start running. C, you getting on your mama's nerves. D, daddy take off his belt.
B.
I have
B
to go
for
with
me.
B.
Somebody else starts running.
I gotta go too. Because you know damn well if you run from your daddy taking out the belt, it's just gonna make it worse.
Gonna happen. Yeah, that's not
it's
gonna
just
happen.
Gonna make it worse. So
Yeah.
you just stand there, look, and you make sure you go. You make sure you have on your 3 pairs of pants and your 2 pairs of drawers beforehand, and hope he don't ask you take them pants down.
I think that's like. I think it's just black code. Like if anything pops off, doesn't even matter what it is. You run. You don't stick around to find that out. You don't like. Unlike our less melanated individuals.
What's going on?
Well, what is that? What is that over there? What? Well, did you hear that? Let's go out and check that. No.
This is how it starts too.
You gotta go.
You see one person take up, you go. And you go.
Or you got those high knees. You're like, wait. Is it? Are we good?
Right. Exactly. That's true. So it's 4-3. You right on that one.
Oh, I need this game so bad.
All right, here we go. What kind of fish is best to fry for a fish sandwich? Ooh, for a fish sandwich. That's specific. Okay.
I'm allergic. I'm gonna get this one wrong.
Whiting. Oh, you're allergic to fish?
Yeah. Because
I just finding all kinds of shit.
No, we knew.
Yeah.
I think I knew he like didn't eat it. I didn't know you was allergic to it. Damn.
I have a seafood allergy.
Oh fuck, that sucks. A, whiting. B, tilapia. C, perch. D, catfish.
I'm going with D. That's what I'm going with.
Okay. What you got?
I'm gonna say. I have to say. I swear this was my choice because like when you asked the question in my head, I said catfish, only because it's not the best, but damn it, it's the one.
When it's fried up, right?
So damn good.
I used to be mad because I remember my mom used to get mad because she would fry the catfish for the siblings. Like every time they had fish, they had catfish. But because my seafood allergy, she would have to fry the chicken in a completely different thing.
Dish,
yeah. But everyone in my family eat catfish. That's why
it's good. Here's the only thing that I'm torn on this specific question: a fish sandwich. I don't know if I ever put catfish on a fish sandwich. I might have put it in like a little roll though. And I'm thinking,
I have.
I mean, catfish is delicious, so it's gonna be catfish.
Look, catfish between 2 white pieces of white bread.
The one
and some ketchup,
hot sauce.
And some ketchup.
That's what I see.
And it gets stuck in the roof of your mouth.
I didn't even taste it, but I see black. I just see my family.
Yes.
Have you? This is a sidebar. Have you ever had like fried chicken and spaghetti?
Yes.
That
no,
was never our thing.
Oh, with some cornbread too.
Ooh. Like we had it, and so like I forget. It might have been early on in our relationship. And Corey was talking about like spaghetti. I was like, oh, we should have some fried chicken with it. And he's like, fried chicken with spaghetti. I was like, and like I was shook. I was like, how you never like what? Like how?
Yeah.
And he had never heard it. And I was like, That's a cultural difference.
I know Fizz loved it. Fizz had never done the same thing. He was like, there's already meat in the spaghetti. And I'm like, bitch, but you just don't know. That crunch and the fried chicken, with it just slaps. It slaps on a whole other level.
So, dude. Okay. Which food do you ask a certain family member to make because nobody else can make it right?
Already know.
Mac and cheese, potato salad, deviled eggs, or cornbread? All of them are hard questions.
I have to go with the mac and cheese because I can do without the deviled eggs. I can do without potato salad. The dressing,
and it was just cornbread, so it didn't even get to the dressing.
Oh, it's cornbread.
So it's just cornbread, yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's cornbread. Oh, yeah.
Double eggs, mac and cheese,
potato
cornbread,
salad.
and potato salad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the mac and cheese for me. Yeah,
and I think I'm going with potato salad.
Ooh, that's a close one.
And I personally, go ahead.
I want to hear your.
The only reason I say that is because my whole family makes the same recipe when it comes to mac and cheese.
There you go.
So there you go. Hey, look, if you not in our family, I'm probably not going to be eating your mac and cheese.
Right.
I think I got to go with mac and cheese because I don't really care for potato salad, so that's the only reason why. That's the only reason. Salad. But I know everybody talk about potato salad. So okay, let's see here, Jerrell. So you're up 6-4. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Here we go.
I knew I was dissenting with that one, but I had to stick to my guns.
It was a second one because potato salad is a very polarizing thing. Mm-hmm. If Mama sent you to the store, God, these questions. If Mama sent you to the store with $5, what were you supposed to bring back?
Change. I'm sorry. Look, that's how you know how black the PTSD came in. Look, let me tell you. Go ahead, baby. Give me 3 honey buns, give me a zebra cake, and give me my Newports. And I better come back with 47 cents. So it better be with 4 dimes, 5 nickels, and 2 pennies.
I am so mad at you right now, Jerrell, because listen to these answers. You hit every 4 ones on here. A cold pop, a lottery ticket. Oh, you did say lottery ticket. A lottery ticket, some cigarettes, and her change.
Oh my God.
I can't stand this game. The answers her change, so I don't care.
No matter what you ask for, you bring that change back. Unless they say you can keep it.
That part.
And that's when you know you did something right. You're like, oh, yes, okay, I came back with everything.
That's when you get like the now and laters. You get the gum. You get
the lemon heads. The lemon heads.
You get a Snickers bar and a bag of potato chips. And if you have leftover, you would get a pop.
Too. Ooh,
see,
my mom loved a Snickers bar.
It was the pork skins for me. If I had enough of some pork skins, with some hot sauce.
Okay, what's the best movie featuring a Wayans brother? Don't Be a Menace, Major Pain, Mo Money, or Scary Movie? Ooh.
Oh, damn.
Wait a minute. Which Scary
White Chicks
movie,
ain't
though?
on there either.
Right, well, White Chicks, that was my choice right there. Which Scary movie?
I'm gonna say the first one because it doesn't say 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Don't they have a fourth one? They're not in the fourth one.
Number 2 would have been like if it was Scary Movie 2.
Yeah,
it's a wrap.
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
Don't Be a Menace, Major Pain, Mo Money.
Hold on, wait.
It's Scary Movie.
I gotta do that part though. This shirt make me look gay though.
Don't Be a Menace in South Central about drinking your juice in the hood.
That's my movie.
That's it.
That's my.
That's
look,
it.
That's mine too.
That's the best one.
When he lit that the mac and cheese, when she lit the mac and cheese on him, he started. That's too hot.
We don't give the Wayans family enough credit, low key. We don't give that whole all 20 billion of them. It's like there's another generation out here doing shit. We need to uplift the Wayans family because they were the only ones out here for a while, really.
Yeah.
Multiple movies and TV shows and shit. So.
And Marlon Wayans, he was just in GQ magazine. He's that brother is.
He had to glow up because when he was first starting out,
it wasn't it.
Give me a high five.
Okay, we're at 8-6. So 2 more. Oh, let me make it a good one though. Hold on. I already saved one for last. So this will be 9. We'll play this game again. So okay, don't matter. All right, best female R&B group of the 90s.
Okay.
Woo. SWV.
Mm-hmm.
We got Escape.
Mm-hmm.
We have En Vogue.
Mm-hmm.
And we have TLC.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think for what's my answer gonna be. Let me think.
I know what my answer is. I know my answer. I'm going with En Vogue.
That's what I was going with too, but I still have to give it to TLC. Just what's it gonna be? Hey, but that's the song though. That's the song. Of all the groups, I love that song the most out of all the groups. And friends, hold me tight and don't let go. Don't let go. Hey, that song. But here's for that song alone, I was gonna pick them, but I have to go with TLC.
TLC, you got En Vogue.
I gotta go with TLC.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's gonna get a point this round because I was gonna actually go for SWV. And
I mean, understand that. I get that.
There's no right answer for this one because it just depends on the day. Tonight,
that's how you're feeling.
Gut said SWV.
Yeah.
So so nobody on that.
What about your friend? I think about like don't go chasing waterfalls or a red light special. Bitch, feeling grown at 10 years old, bitch. Like
that's how I knew I was gay. I said
dancing
that
around dancing around in your pajamas.
Your silk, yes,
hey,
I know.
Cause you don't know what I know and know what. Hey, that was a shit.
No attention, post. I know.
Hey.
See, now you about to change it to TLC.
I think of the catalog, and the catalog just gives me life on different levels. But Don't Let Go any day of the week.
All these songs are about to be on our Spotify playlist, by the way. If you haven't
followed
the Spotify playlist.
Weak in my knees that I cannot speak.
Oh, come on, get the words right though, girl.
No, I'm just saying.
Alexa. Yes. That's how we know it was an SWV for him.
New.
But the Spotify playlist is Minority Report breaks out into song. Look it up on Spotify. Every song we break out into randomly on this podcast is on that playlist. All right, so I got to get another one in here. So what's the nickname your mother gives your significant other?
Not friend.
I'm trying to keep a straight face. Your little boyfriend, your little friend, that fast tail heifer, or what's her name?
Your little friend. It has to be your little friend. Your little friend.
Yeah.
Where your little friend at?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, all right. We're at 9-7.
I mean, I can't come back, but I still want to play. So
you might.
I mean, this can't be worth 3 points, is it?
No, but like, say if you pick one different than his, and I think yours is a better answer.
Oh, so we're doing the first to 10.
Yeah.
I thought you were doing just 10.
10.
Yeah, 10 questions.
10.
Got you.
Okay.
So it's 9-7.
Okay.
Who is your favorite Jackson? Janet, Jermaine, Michael, or Freddie? They threw Freddie. They threw Freddie in there.
They threw Freddie in there.
You are my lady. Is that Freddie? That's Freddie, right?
I'm gonna say Michael.
And I have to go with Janet.
Y'all gonna make me decide?
I have to go with Janet, and the reason why I go with Janet specifically because Michael already had his career, and to make her own name for herself when you have your older brother as the king of pop, like that's such an uphill battle.
I get that, but she always gonna be number 2.
It's true. It's Michael.
Because that's the pedestal.
Michael.
That's the
mountaintop.
That's honestly, out of all artists that are out there, all of them, including the fucking Beatles for white people. Like that is the moniker of success.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I would agree with
like
that.
Everybody saying Michael.
I didn't like
Janet.
light skin Michael. But also,
I mean, but you didn't
like.
Do you remember the time?
As a kid, yes. As a kid, yes. But the songs that still slap for me today,
when we first met,
stuff.
yeah.
His first stuff is.
Oh,
I wanna rock.
He had that. He said
that took me out.
That's when you knew you felt that shit that day in the studio when you did that. Damn, and with the one curl, bitch.
Oh my God, that video alone, I'll probably watch that video once a quarter.
Seriously, I've
Eddie
learned
Murphy,
that music video when I
Iman.
was young. Girl, Magic Johnson,
Right.
Fatima did the choreography.
Presenting Pyro.
Seriously, it was like Fatima's the one that went on to like get like Aaliyah fame. She did all Aaliyah's choreography, and she's still doing like everything now.
The girl with the braids.
Fatima, because she was from In Living Color too.
She was in Living Color. Yeah,
she was a fly girl with the box braid, the poetic justice braid. Girl. Anyway, all right. So it's 9-8. See, Tommy from Martin. What was his real job? More than likely, stripper, youth counselor, drug dealer, collecting unemployment.
Unemployment.
It has to be unemployment.
Yeah, I was looking at
He was always asking for cash. He was always broke.
He was. Hey, can
So you know what?
He was always like, he always had a fly like.
He was
like
dressed, absolutely
dripped.
But yeah, he was getting that unemployment, Playboy. He was getting that unemployment.
Yeah.
Well, Jerrell, you won. So Dawon for the next week, Yo Black Card's been revoked, but it was close. It was 10-9. 10-9. But community, we'll put some of these questions up this week to see what Yo answers are.
Yeah. I'm ordering this game.
Is that? And they have updated cards.
And next time I'll be the host, and then you two.
Absolutely.
We'll go at it.
Absolutely.
I love that. That was great.
Yeah, like I saw this online a while ago and been wanting to get it and got it at the store the other day.
Just a point of order. Like, I'm just gonna say that I answered based on my answers, not based on what you were gonna like, because there were certain things I was like, you know,
right.
I just,
I did
the same.
Yeah. That was a good one. That was a good find. Thank you, Lou, for finding that.
We interrupt this episode for very important information.
That's right. You've been asking for it for a long time, and we have heard you.
Yep, it's been a long time coming, but it's finally here.
Yo
AunTeas
got merch. Hey, that's right. You know what? We got tees, we got long tees, we got sweatshirts, we got fanny packs, there's just a whole gamut of stuff out there. So go and check that out.
We are so appreciative of your love and support, and we are so excited to launch it. Girl, where can we find this at?
Ma'am, they can head right over to minoritareport.com to check out the selection.
That's right. That's MINORITEA report.com.
We need to bring that back. We said we was going to play it more often. We played it that one time.
We so didn't.
We need to bring that back. Because I think you bought the expansion pack too or something like that too, right?
I did it somewhere.
Oh, okay.
I did end up buying it.
Yeah. So we need to bring that one back. That's funny. Well, community, there's obviously there's again so many segments we could have had. Like I know a couple honorable mentions. Dawon being high. honey. Like that shit was so funny. She was on another planet.
She said, what was the question?
And then just the preface before that episode, she's like, I don't think these gummies work. This was the highest in the room.
Man, she got mollywopped by them gummies. She did.
Oh man, so that was one, and then another one was Black Titty Hugs. The conversation about the Black Titty Hugs for Dawon's dad's wedding. That was a funny ass conversation too. Oh man, so yeah, community, let us know what your favorite moments were from the year. We thank you so much for rocking with us. You made 2021 one of our, not even one, it was our best year, like ratings wise, like listeners wise. We had some amazing guests on again, so we thank you guys. Oh, and just made me think of too, my favorite line I think of the year was when what was the guy from Melanated Social Club or podcast?
Oh, he said you can't trust people that lie.
Oh, that or when he was just like
house.
Oh
no, that was Surface Level.
Surface Level.
That was Surface Level. I was thinking of the one where I can't think of his name, the handsome guy from Melanated Social Podcast, where he said something like, it was so easy to be a straight man, and the bar is set so low for straight men to like be nice or something in this world, and the baby even limbled under that or something like that. And I was like, "You're right."
Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
you're right.
But yeah, no, the Surface Level episode was great too.
That
was
so good. That was a good episode. Literally, when we did that Ask Your Auntie, that took me out.
Oh, that was a good one.
I don't know. You can't trust people that lie. They got a dirty house. I said, wait.
It's like, you're right. You're right. You're right. Sure. And bad queers and It's a Messes and Monique and Jasmine Masters. I'm like, sheesh. Like, so it was a cool year. And so we'll be back next week with an all brand new episode. You know, we had to just rest up for 2022. But until next week, and this whole entire year, wash your hands, wash your legs, and wash your ass. We'll see you next week.
Bye, y'all.